No, they say love does strange things to people, right? Well, on December 24th, 2007, Joseph McEnroe and Michele Anderson drove to her parents' home. Now, when they arrived, Joseph distracted Michelle's mother, Judy, while Michelle then attempted to shoot her father. When her gun ended up jamming, Joseph then stepped in and killed Wayne, her father, and then Judy. They then dragged the bodies of her parents out of the house and got to cleaning the home. They then would sit there and wait for her brother Scott, her sister-in-law Erica, and then the couple's two young children. After they arrived, Michelle shot her brother multiple times, resulting in his death. Joseph and Michelle then would shoot Erica, but this just wounded her. Erica did manage to get to the house phone and call 911. Connection for the call was very short-lived. It was only a few seconds long, but these few seconds is what this dispatcher needed to hear. The dispatcher heard sounds of people arguing and basically what you would think of like would come from a party, but it alerted this dispatcher, which I'll get into later. Joseph would catch Erica on the phone. He grabbed the phone, took it out of her hands, basically smashed it on the floor. Joseph then fatally shot Erica. Now, that's not the worst part about this. The couple, Erica and Scott's 5-year-old daughter, Olivia, and their 3-year-old son, Nathan, would then be killed because Michelle didn't want to have any witnesses to the crime, and she also believed that if the children lived, they would be scarred for life after seeing their parents murdered. She is not wrong with that thought, but still, you didn't have to kill your niece and nephew. What Joseph and Michelle didn't realize is that the police were sent after Erica's 911 call. Because of this, Michelle didn't think of like the gate. Well, she within seconds though, after killing her niece and nephew, she then went to the gate of the property to make sure that it was locked. If she didn't make sure that this gate was locked, the police would end up going into the house and finding them. But because the police found the gate locked, they decided not to investigate. Well, the bodies of the family would be discovered on December 26th by Judy's best friend because Judy's best friend, Linda, went to the house because Judy didn't show up to work, which is not like her. So Linda looked in the window and she saw bodies on the floor and she decided to call 911. Now, initially, she thought that these bodies were indeed her friends, Wayne and Judy, but on the floor it was actually Scott and Erica. When detectives came to the scene after Linda's 911 call, they would then call the only remaining family member that's not present, Michelle. Michelle was brought in for questioning, and eventually they would talk to her boyfriend, Joseph, and eventually both of them would admit to the murders. They were then arrested. Now, right off the bat, they realized that the motive for this murder was indeed money. Apparently, Scott owed Michelle money, and she believed that she had always been mistreated by her parents and her brother her entire life. Both Joseph and Michelle were charged with 6 counts of first-degree murder. They also waived their right to appear in court after confessing to the killings. When Joseph confessed to the murders, he did so to avoid execution, which, he didn't want to die, so he then was sentenced to life in prison in May 2015. Michelle also would be found guilty of all charges, and she also would spend the remainder of her life in jail because she was sentenced to life in prison in March of 2016. Now, if you have a thing with your family members, you don't have to kill them, you can talk about it. Apparently love will make you do strange things.